In this video, I'm going to go over all the questions that your hard money lender will ask you before they're going to give you a loan. Coming right up. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Sean and I'm a real estate professional here in the Bay Area. And today we're going to talk about the hard money loan process. I get called all the time of people saying, hey Sean, I'm looking for a hard money loan. Can you send me a pre-approval letter? Well, hard money loans are a little bit different than traditional home loans. You see, a traditional home loan usually cares about the borrower's qualifications. They look at your credit score, they look at your income, and they'll see if the debt can match the income. So if you make enough money to buy a $1 million house, then it doesn't matter what the property's like as long as it's under that $1 million threshold. But for hard money loans, it's a little bit different. We don't really care too much about your own personal debt to income ratio. We care more about the value of the property and the loan to value of the property once you finish rehabbing it. So here are some of the qualifications and questions that we might ask you before we give you an okay for a hard money loan. So even though we don't actually care about your income, we do care about your credit worthiness. So we are going to ask you for your approximate FICO score. So if your credit score is below 620, then it's going to be hard to actually get a hard money loan in the first place. We might do it if there's a good story behind why your credit score is low, but the rates will be higher for sure. We want to see what kind of liquid reserves do you have? Do you have enough money to finish the project if you're not getting a construction loan? Do you have enough money to pay the closing costs? Do you have enough money in reserves to pay 6 months worth of your monthly payments? We want to make sure that you don't just get a hard money loan and then you have nothing left in the bank, because that means that you probably won't pay and then you're going to end up in default. Lenders generally hate it when their borrowers go in default because then they have to do all the work to foreclose on the property and then do the work themselves and then sell it. They're not in this business. They're in the business to generate loans and earn profit based on the interest from the borrower. We also want to know what your experience has been in the past 2 years. Wholesale deals don't count necessarily. We want to see deals where you were on the title. And if you don't have enough experience, then you can combine experience with your partners. And of course, there's different thresholds as well. So if someone has done 20 plus deals in the past 2 years, then they're considered a top tier investor, top tier client, and we can offer them the best rates. And of course, it makes sense because if you're a brand new investor, you are more likely to default. You don't have your systems in place. You don't have contractors that you can really trust and work with. So therefore, you're riskier and we have to charge higher. We also want to know where the down payment is coming from. Sometimes people like to structure deals where they're going to get a majority of the payment for the purchase from one giant hard money lender and then cover the gap with something called a gap funder or a second or junior lien. Sometimes we do accept this, but naturally this is riskier for the lenders because now this person has less skin in the game, and if something goes bad, then they're more willing to walk away because they don't have as much of their own money at risk. So we want to know where that down payment has come from. Just be transparent, let us know. Sometimes if we don't accept junior liens, we can say that we'll accept this other person to be the gap funder as long as they're on title as well. See, hard money loans are generally recourse loans, which means that if something really terrible happens, the hard money lender will be able to go after your other assets if the sale of the subject property isn't enough to cover the debt. So let's say you bought a property, you have $1 million loan on it, something terrible happens and you can only sell the property for $800,000. They're going to be able to go after the other $200,000 from your other assets. So if you have a second partner who is doing the gap funding, generally the hard money lending company will allow that if that second person is also on title with you and the hard money lender can go after their assets as well. So it's riskier, but it allows you to do the deal if you need to. We also want to know what your business plan is. What is your exit strategy? How do you go from buying a house that doesn't look very good into the shining star that you're going to sell for a great profit? We want to see what your plans are, how much you're going to spend on each phase of the project, how long will it take you? Outline it, show it as a true business plan and make us confident to lend money to you. Now, when it comes to the property itself, there are some key things that we need to know about. We want to know the property address. We want to know how much you're going to buy it for. If you're buying from a wholesaler, how much is the assignment fee? If you're doing a refinance on a property, then we want to know the as-is value. We want to know how much you originally paid for the property. And we want to know the date that you closed on the property in the first place. Sometimes the loan to values aren't enough from one property, and so we're going to ask for collateral. So if you have another property, we could say, hey, bundle this property with this property. So all in all, you're going to have a lower LTV. LTV stands for loan to value ratio. If you do that, now obviously we want to know information about that collateral property. So tell us What properties do you have to offer? What properties can you put in as collateral to lower your LTV? We want to know the property type that we're lending on too. Is it a single family home, duplex, triplex, apartment, commercial, hotel? So let us know what it is. And if it's a mixed use commercial, what's the unit mix? Is it 2 bedrooms? Is it 3 bedrooms? Is there a commercial building on the bottom? Tell us what the different mix is. And for your rehab budget, split it up into hard costs and soft costs. Hard costs are like labor and materials and doing the actual work. And soft costs are application fees, paying architects, paying city planning fees, all these other things. Tell us if this is a structural rehab or just a cosmetic rehab. Are you doing new construction? What are you doing to this property? Also tell us how long you think the whole project is going to take. Is it going to be a 4-month flip or is it going to be a 2-month redevelopment project? And what's the ARV? What's the final price and how did you get to that number? Show us comparables. Show us that this property will sell for what you think it's going to sell for in the near future. Once we have that information, we're going to do our own due diligence on the back end. We're going to look on Zillow, make sure the numbers you send us are somewhere in the same ballpark. We're going to look on Google Maps or Google Earth to see if there's anything weird with that current location. And then afterwards, we're going to go through our formulas and see what kind of pricing we can give you. The rates and the terms that you're going to get are going to be mostly determined by your own track record. So if you have had success in paying on time, if you've had success in doing multiple projects in the past and being successful with it, then you're going to get the best rates and the best terms. If you're brand new and just starting out, you're going to get our worst rates and worst terms, but still they're going to be very competitive and they're going to be great for anyone who's just starting out. So remember, hard money loans are a great way for you to leverage your money to do bigger projects, to get started investing, and to be able to create a fortune by flipping houses. Well, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. This is a breakdown of all the questions that a hard money lender will ask you before they will give you a loan. If you guys enjoyed this video, please smash the like button, subscribe to your channel, and hit that bell notification to see more videos just like this one. And remember, if you guys need help with a hard money loan, feel free to contact me. You can book a call with me with the link down in the description below. And let me know if you have any questions about the hard money loan process. Feel free to leave a comment down below and I'll answer it right away. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Take care.